Hi, everybody.
I hope you're all doing great. I hope you can hear us and see us, and that the internet doesn't run away from us like last time. Yeah, we had some interesting events in our last live stream.
We did?
Yes,
Yeah,
it just cut
it
out
did. I
and we
remember
had to
now.
start again.
I vaguely remember that.
Yes, but welcome. This is going to be a short live chat with the public, and after this, we start our members live chat Thursday evening live chat at 8 o'clock as usual. That'll be from 8 to 9. But thanks for joining us, and there's something important that we want to discuss. So just one very important thing. So this is not going to be longer than 15 minutes, I hope, because we have to start at 8 with the next one. And that is with regards to understanding basic science. And a lot of people really struggle with this, and Lauren's going to tie that into politics. Um, in in the basic science that we understand, that we can test, that we can look at, it's clear that we cannot create energy out of nowhere. Okay, even in the fusion process, we need energy to produce energy. In fusion reactors, um, in fission reactors, we split particles. In fusion reactors, we put them together, and that gives us more energy than the energy we use to actually uh, create the fusion or the fission in that instance. And this is why reactors are so efficient, far more efficient than solar panels or, well, anything else, coal, the propellers we see everywhere. So when people speak, uh, science speak, when they read things in the media, on social media, when they see things on social media channels, where it tells you that energy comes out of nowhere and all of a sudden you just have tons of energy that can cause earthquakes, that can cause the weather to change, etc. They don't understand basic scientific fundamentals because there's no human construction that we've created as human beings that can affect weather or earthquakes or anything on that scale. If you explode the largest atomic weapon, which is uh, a hydrogen bomb that the Russians dropped, called the Tsar bomb, um, it caused an earthquake ripple effect around the earth, but nothing that cracked buildings apart everywhere. It could be picked up on seismic detectors, but that was the most powerful nuclear weapon we've ever exploded. Now, people want to tell me that small little aerials sitting somewhere with a 3.7 megawatt generator behind it can somehow cause massive destruction around the world. And they get fake videos that's totally unrelated explaining this to them, and then they buy this. They just trust this information. And this is usually problematic. You cannot create energy out of nowhere. Something needs to be destroyed, or uh, energy needs to be conserved in some perfect system, which we don't have. We don't have perfect systems. So there's always energy loss. So the amount of energy that you put into something, you don't get out more than that at the end. So when people come up with these things, they don't understand basic scientific concepts. And many of our politicians certainly do not understand basic scientific concepts. People don't understand numbers, very simple maths, very simple physics, things that might be commonplace to myself and many other people that have studied physics and maths. Other people might struggle with. And they might argue, those very people that haven't studied the basics will argue to death about a point that suits their narrative. And this is problematic, especially in politics. You know, when
It's a huge problem. I'd actually like to know, we should do a poll in Telegram to see how many people did science at school. I don't know what percentage of the population did science at school, but even school level science will tell you that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. But then others will obviously also say that the education system is interfered with to the extent that we can't trust what we're taught, blah, blah, blah.
you
blah,
know,
blah.
I've asked people to bring me any device that can do that. Please do it. Show it to me. Don't talk. Don't send me a video. Show me the device that can do this. because you would defy physics completely and utterly. So I would like to see this device. I can't wait to see it, in fact. I can't wait to see the kids underground as well, and many other things that people speak of. I can't wait to see the spraying nozzles out of all these public planes that's spraying the skies. I want to see it. I really want to. I'm really interested in it. And normally when you ask people to do that, they run away. They become
So back
quiet.
to politics. Politicians, I've noticed, because politicians will make decisions on behalf of you with regards to spatial planning, community development, what buildings get built where, etc. So I think there's definitely a gap missing. Politicians need to understand science and need to understand a degree of engineering. And they don't. The majority do not. Most of our politicians are unemployable, as I call them, the unemployables. Most politicians would not get work in the private sector currently with their current experience and credentials. And I find that quite frightening, that because of how our political system is set up, we end up being led by rejects of society and blatant criminals as well. And I remember throughout the campaign, a lot of people were like, I just wish political parties would merge together and get bigger. But there are so many fundamental flaws in so many organizations' belief systems that it is impossible, literally impossible, to work together. For example, during the signing of the code of conduct at the beginning of the elections, there was a party, and I do not remember its name, that for their signing of the code of conduct speech said that they have the answer to free energy in South Africa, alluding to having some kind of device that can give people free energy. And that is literally impossible. It's literally scientifically impossible. I don't know how many votes they ended up getting. I don't think it was a lot. But ultimately, this is just an example of why, when you ask me, why can't OM just join with other parties? It's because of reasons like this. Because there is a fundamental flaw in their understanding of reality that makes it impossible to work with them. And I think it's just sad that in our current democratic, inverted commas, society, that we have unqualified people making high-level decisions about our future, and we are just carrying on with our day like nothing is wrong. There's something wrong with all of us if we just carry on like normal. We are in some serious Stockholm syndrome case of denial. I don't know what it is, but when you look at what decisions are being made for the future and who's making those decisions for us, we should be up in arms.
And we should be running for the hills. And AI is pushing a lot of fake information. At this stage, people are using AI to create incredible videos. The other day, we saw with the 5th launch of the Starship, an entire fake SpaceX video with Elon Musk talking, all fake, completely and utterly fake. And it is that good that it took a while until Elon Musk started speaking, where we said, this is not right. And my sons and I, they were looking at it, said, that is fake. This is created by AI. And it had us for a long time because it copied the feed from SpaceX on Twitter to YouTube in real time. It was incredible how people can be fooled. And luckily, when you are trained scientifically, you can see when there's problems with certain things and you question it immediately. People that aren't trained in this day and age are in serious trouble, aren't they? I mean, they will not pick up on these issues.
I think what's important to note is how we have just, in the past, back in the day, a long time ago, before I was born, before you were born, maybe, when a government
71.
wanted to roll out propaganda, they did so in newspapers and posters and within meetings, in town halls and on street corners. It was very much something they put out there, and then you'd have to make an effort to access that propaganda. Now we are faced with it every turn. It's everywhere. It is an addiction. It is inescapable. We can't do business, really. Most people can't do business without social media. I would love to know if anyone here runs a business and has done so successfully the past few years without any social media. Please let me know, because I'm curious to know if there are any surviving industries outside of the internetosphere. That'd be wonderful. But ultimately, we can't. So once you're in that system, and it's very easy to justify it. I mean, even for kids, to promote what they're doing. But once you get stuck in that rabbit hole, you're exposed to all kinds of videos that actually distract you and, dare I say, feed you propaganda and distract you, tire you out, exhaust you. Just the consequence of information overload will prevent you from being a useful tool in the liberation of your nation. And it's very, very effective. Warfare does not have to be waged with expensive budgets and fancy equipment. It's easily done with 30 or 15-second videos on your device that you paid for, with airtime and internet and Wi-Fi that you pay for every month. We are paying for our own indoctrination, people. It's disgusting. I really think it's important that we use the technology that we have within the fourth industrial revolution to strengthen ourselves and free ourselves instead of enslaving ourselves, like I see so many people doing. On that note,
yes, this is something very important. And AJ, Lauren will get to your question now, because that's the very next thing. People are only interested in certain things on social media. They are not interested in things that actually matter for their freedom. No, they are interested in drama, fake nonsense, political clownery. I mean, people making speeches, self-aggrandization, etc. This is what people are interested in. However, the things that are important, like what AJ mentions now, do you know anything about the public participation of the electoral system? People aren't interested.
Okay, so 78% to 78 people are watching this live stream. Now, there is the electoral, I'm going to share the link soon. The
We don't have
electoral
much time,
reform,
so
we have all the
very
time
soon.
we need.
Okay.
Electoral reform consultation panel on Twitter has, guess how many followers it has? That's 35 followers. We have more people in this live stream than the entire government's electoral reform consultation panel has on Twitter. X. There's something deeply wrong with our society. Not just that, there's something deeply wrong with our government, because the government will pay money to PR companies to promote certain aspects of what they're doing, but absolutely no effort is going to promote this. So what is the Electoral Reform Consultation Panel? I'll send you the link right now. So the Section 23 of the Electoral Amendment Act of 2023, which was promulgated in June 2023, provides for the establishment of this panel. The mandate of the panel is to independently investigate, consult on, report on, and make recommendations in respect of potential reforms of the electoral system for the election of National Assembly and the election of the provincial legislatures in respect of the elections to be held after the 2024 elections. Listen here, people, this is the most important thing to happen in our democratic history. The government is actually asking us, the public, what we think about the electoral system and if we think that there should be some changes made. So here's a grand opportunity for 40 million South African adults to submit to the government what they think is wrong with the current system and what they suggest changes about the system. And I just hope.
And you can do it as an individual.
So I'm going to send you the link to the informational piece about it. I'm going to put the email address in. And if you don't know what to say, firstly, shame. You should have an opinion about our electoral system. If you don't vote, for instance, you can email them and say, I don't vote because X, Y, Z. It's still a submission. And if you really do want a little bit more information, OHM, Organic Humanity Movement, is an entire manifesto outlining the specific changes we want made. Changes to the electoral system itself, changes to how we vote, in other words, what the ballot paper looks like and how we vote on that ballot paper, and then also changes to the government structure. Probably a little bit too deep for this electoral panel, but it's a start, and you can have a look at the manifesto, pick 3 of your favorite things in our manifesto, and then send it off to the departments. And then after I've shared you the link to OHM's website where you can find the manifesto, where you can get ideas about this change, what you can do then, too many tabs open, way too many tabs open.
You have no idea where you are.
I do. I'm using, there we go. There we go. I'm going to send you the X account as well.
Yeah, I would, so that you can flood.
See, there's
that thing.
86 of you now. You please go and follow these people. The electoral reform, what? what? The electoral reform consultation panel.
If people don't show interest in this, they'll just say there was no interest in this.
That's exactly.
So everyone's happy with the status quo.
The deadline was actually the 30th of September, but they've extended it
By another month.
I can't believe that they think 1 month is enough. So if they put out a statement, a public statement at the beginning, no. The end.
Excellent.
The end. I did put it out. Okay. The end of August, they announced that they are asking for public comment, and the deadline is 1 month later. And now they've extended by 30 days. Excuse me, they should go on a 1 to 2 year long roadshow across the entire country, speaking to everybody ages 16 and up to ask them what they think of the electoral system and how it should change. They have absolutely no interest in making changes, and they're just hoping it just blows over, and they're just hoping that maybe just 2 people respond. And I would really love for everybody that's in this live stream right now to go follow those links I shared right now as Evanthea, and then go and make a comment, please, for the future of this country. It's easier than going to vote because you can just sit on your lazy butt and type on your phone. You don't have to do anything more than that. So it's easier than voting. Making a submission is literally easier than voting. So please go and make a submission.
And making a submission is not supporting OM. It's trying to get the electoral system
It's
changed.
Irrelevant. It doesn't matter what party you vote for or belong to. Clearly,
or not vote for or belong
it's
to.
It's clear that our electoral system needs some reforming. So there, one of our members has a brilliant template. The OMS manifesto can be a template as well. You can also just use your own brain. That's also an option. I'd suggest. I'm going to
start with the president should be elected directly. We want to vote for the president.
How about the president cannot elect the commissioners of the Chapter 9 institutions that are supposed to independently uphold democracy? How about that?
And how about the president cannot be the president of his party as well as the president of the country?
Conflict of interest. Hello. Gracious. How about getting rid of taxpayers funding to political parties?
Yes.
Way over 300,000 rand a month. Goes to political parties of your money, of the hard-earned tax.
300,000 a year.
Million. 300
yes.
million.
Come
Sorry,
on,
my
let's
numbers.
Fix that,
300 million rand.
Welcome to the more than 100 of you that have joined us. A very important topic that we're discussing. The Electoral Reform Consultation Panel on Twitter only has 35 people following.
So AJ says, I submitted a request for an extension today. The extension is until the 31st of October. So send your submission.
Still send it, yes.
Thanks, Marlene. She sent hers. Thank you to those that have sent. That's wonderful. Hopefully we can get a lot more, 105 of you. Do you like the current electoral system? If you do, wow. If you don't, then please let the Electoral Reform Consultation Panel know. The Electoral Reform, it's such a mouthful. The ERCP only has 35 followers on Twitter. There has been no publicity around this at all. The fact that the national government...
They'll say that we went through all this effort and no one was interested.
What, they made a tweet?
Yeah. How many tweets have they got?
They've made a few, hey? They're following 18.
I wonder how these people feel that's on this panel at this stage about this process.
No idea. I'm a bit disturbed because...
It's 8 o'clock.
It doesn't matter. I'm a bit disturbed because
it actually does.
It says it's not followed by anyone that I'm following. So, Omis, please go and follow Electoral Reform Consultant Panel and also all subscribers and all listeners to this.
You're not following them. Click follow.
Goodness gracious. I'm very much...
There we go. 36.
There we go. Now they have 36. I didn't realize I wasn't following them. I've just been visiting them. Okay. Maybe I should post the links and we're going to do our members live stream right now. All I can say is that he has an easy way to participate. When the government asks for your opinion, you should give it. So
absolutely,
really
especially with this. I mean, this is the crux. This is a good starting point for us to change our electoral system. We're going to have our members live right now after this. We've already created the link. Thanks to all of you that have joined us. So we plan at this stage to every Thursday evening before our members live do a public live stream.
Plan to.
That's what we plan to do, and we're going to try and do that in future. So you can look forward to that on Thursday evenings. So between 7 and 8, any time around then ish.
7-ish.
Yeah, we'll do a public live stream. Some might be longer than others, and then the members live chat afterwards.
So Moni say we can send numerous requests for change of the act. We'll try do it on a daily basis. Should that be allowed? I think they'll only consider like you as an individual. If you make 10, they'll see you said one thing. I think what you can do is let all your friends and family know. So on your WhatsApp, go to all your private contacts and send this link, these 4 links that I sent to you.
It's Graham, I feel the same way as you. I believe this panel was created as a whitewash, but if we stand up and we are saying something and other people are starting to catch on, then we can make a difference. This is how Leave Our Kids Alone beat the government. Not by doing nothing. So
we completely blocked up the inbox.
Yes, but they don't care about us, Graham. However, when you put enough pressure on them and their livelihood is at stake, they will change their course.
If we make too much noise and become too much of a pain, then they'll consider doing something.
Yeah, absolutely. So we need a lot of people to do submissions.
The opportunity is why not try it?
We should do a live stream where people do submissions during, where we can even give templates, etc. But it's best if you write something yourself.
I think it's very unhealthy to create a culture of spoon feeding.
Yeah,
we are all grown-ups.
So people going to Ohm's manifesto, reading through it, you'll get ideas there, and then you decide what you think needs to happen.
You can go to Parliament's website and go to pmg.org.za. There are so many governmental websites.
If you don't give people the link, they won't.
That explain how our government works. But you know how I found it? I Googled it.
Yeah, people won't do that.
But anyway.
They don't understand.
Yes,
a link that's just underneath, someone will ask me to give that link to them. That's just how we've become.
Yeah. So Graham, I agree with you. I think the reason this is not put out there in the public domain on a much louder basis is because the government hopes this goes nowhere. However, we can still capitalize on the opportunity, and I think we should try our best to make sure all our friends and family and ourselves comment.
There's some very good ideas. Many things like what Andre says here: change the electoral system. If the spoiled ballots is more than what the party needs to get a seat in parliament, then re-elections must happen.
Love that, Andre.
Or for instance, if you don't get more than a certain voter turnout, then you should have re-election. There's many things people can come up with, because at the moment our so-called democracy is faltering even further. I mean, when only 30% of the people come out to vote, we are treading on dangerous territory.
Okay, so we have to go to the members live now.
Yes,
Thank you,
members
everyone.
live chat. But thanks for joining us. If you joined late, go and watch the beginning of this video. We spoke about energy, science, etc. Just something very important. And certainly in politics, there's many people that don't understand science or maths or many other things like that.
I'm going to just put the links out there again.
Yeah, put the links out.
Yes, the X, I haven't seen their followers increase in this
But they
time.
can just go and look at...
it's 41 now.
It's 41.
Thank you. 41.
Thanks, people, for joining.
More. There's 107 people. Please
107
go follow. I'm going to go put the link to the press statement out. Then the link to the email address again. This is so important. You know, if the government's asking our opinion, why not make use of the opportunity? Yeah. Why not?
So use your platforms to share that link. And then let's get it cooking.
Before you close, on that note, before meeting adjourned, share on your platform. I think if you care about the future and you believe that you have ideas or principles that are worthy of a democratic society, I think it's extremely important that you grow your platforms, whatever they may be.
Yeah.
Whether it's Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or WhatsApp or whatever it is. Grow your own platform, get your own audience. That way we will reach everybody eventually. If all of you, all 105 of you had your own platform of 100 to 1,000 people, imagine how many people we could reach over a year or 2 year period. We really need to start looking at the bigger picture.
Thanks a lot for joining us. We have to go into our next live stream now. Look out for us. Hopefully, every Thursday evening before our members live chat, we'll do a public live chat as well. But see you now in the members live chat for those of you that have joined us. And thanks so much for being with us and staying with us on this channel. Just understand, we are not YouTubers. This is unusual for us. I know this might seem strange, but we have a whole life outside of this. A lot of work that we do. We have a family, many other things. So it's really a privilege for us to spend time with you, and it's a privilege to see the work that you do. It's important that you put in all that effort now with a specific task to tell government how you feel about the electoral system.
Go put this on all the groups you belong to. Go annoy everybody.
Let's go crazy, people. Thanks so much. Good night.